Twickenham's, I think, probably the atmosphere's got bigger and bigger. I think we've had some success under Stuart now, and you know, certainly there's a squad now that's really building to the World Cup, and I think you know the crowd and everyone involved in rugby can see that and are right behind the team, which is terrific. I think you know probably the win over New Zealand in 2012 was probably the loudest I've known Twickenham to be.
You know, there was a couple of big roars that day, particularly when we started to break them in the second half, and you know, Manu charged through, put that offload in. You know, Brad Barrett and Manu's interplay down the left-hand side. You know, we got a lot of big defensive sets in that day. We had to defend for our lives, and you know, Twickenham's always loud in that circumstance. But because of the magnitude of the occasion, because it's the All Blacks in town, it just carries that a little bit more.
It's very loud when we beat Australia. I think Ashton, Chris scores from you know, the length of the field, and that day was you know, Twickenham really got rocking.
What about the penalty try when you against Ireland, when the three front row went particularly mad?
Yeah, well, that was big. Yeah, that's
from a personal point of view.
Yeah, that was.
Did you notice the crowd that time?
You do, yeah, because you know you understand that sort of. I think there was a couple of scrums, and you know you realise the crowd gets behind you and lifts you and keeps you going, because you know the pressure comes on. At that point, you know the crowd lifts. You understand they're behind you. You know, it sort of gets behind. The referee sort of starts to see. You know, I think it's 80,000 people are sort of seeing something, and that sort of a whole thing. It gives you a spurs you on.
So it's a two-way thing. I mean, if you don't give them anything to cheer about, you know, it's difficult. They can't spark something out of nothing. But when you start to develop a little bit of momentum and the crowd get behind you, and it's a combination of the two. One keeps you know, overtaking the other. So you do something positive, they get behind it, and then you do something even better because you're full of confidence and you're on the front foot. And you know, that's a big thing.
You know, people go there to be entertained, to watch a good game of rugby. And, you know, you've got to get this crowd on their feet, and you know, to be able to do that, you've got to be making breaks, you've got to be creating things, you've got to scoring tries and points and putting the team under pressure. You know, maybe big tackles or whatever, but things that get the crowd on their feet and get them shouting. So it certainly works both ways. You know, we've got to be able to be delivering that to get them on their feet, and likewise, you know, when they're on their feet, that spurs us on even more to reinforce those things we've already done.